Hi, I'm Paul Perdue and I am the infrastructure nerd.
And I'm Mary Jo Boyd and I'm a legal technologist. We're going to talk about a brand new feature in version 17 that I am very excited about, and that is the journal entry window makeover. This is better than Extreme Makeover, really.
Better than Extreme?
Better than Extreme Makeover. The journal entry window has been completely revamped, much easier to enter your manual journal entries. You cannot be out of balance. It's great.
Well, can you show us how that works?
I would love to. All right, I'm going to tell you all about the brand new journal entry window in General Ledger version 17. As we talked about, this makes entering manual journal entries way easier than it used to be. Right now I've opened the window and you can see right off the bat we've got a lot less information, it looks like, that you have to put in. It's all on one screen. This screen has eliminated the need to enter one half of the transaction and then save, and then enter the second half of the transaction and save, and then if you have to keep continuing to split that transaction and save. Now it's one journal entry that you're saving all at once when you're done. So the first thing that you'll see is the transaction number. Just like in the old screen, if you just hit tab, it's going to go ahead and give you the new transaction number. And just like in the old way, if you did the drop down, you can still search and you can still find old journal entries by amount, date, any of those things. So that has not changed. So the transaction number is still functioning the same way. But then the date is right here. You'll notice there's only one date, so you cannot have split transactions. Part of the transaction, maybe the debit side on one date and the credit side on another. So that's eliminated that issue that you may have had with your trial balance not balancing because the dates were off. So there's one date of the journal entry. You put that in. I'm in sample data, so you can see I'm out in November, but you would put in whatever date you're entering this. You have your account number. So here, again, if I'm going to start with my checking account and I want to make a deposit of $100, let's say, I'm just going to put it right on my debit side, tab over, give it a description, and then I can choose a type. This is where that type was before. Is it a cash, check, client funds, credit card, EFT, or other? We'll just say that this is a check. And I can also then put in a check number, so we'll do that. And then here's your journal window. So if you use multiple types of journals, you have your general, receipts, disbursements. You might have some other things you've defined, or you may just use the general, but that's where that is now, underneath that journal column. And then the reference, this is when you were, you would see this come over from tabs a lot. It would have the client ID in here. You can put other reference numbers if you want. And then you have this little column that says R, and if you click on that, let me move my things out of the way here. If you click on that R column, you can see that that's the status, and that status can be outstanding, reconciled. That's where you would know whether this has already been reconciled or not. And then I'm going to just hit tab to get down to my second line, and look at what it does. It's waiting for the next account that I want to post to, but it's automatically filled in the credit amount. So I know I still have $100 left to balance this entry. Now let's say I don't want to put the full $100 to one account. You can still do that. So let's say that I wanted to come down here to, just some kind of an expense account or something, or let's say it's an income. So let's say that part of this that I'm putting in is interest income, we'll just say. And let's say that $50 of that is interest income. If I do that, and I just go ahead and tab back through, now you can see that it's changed and it still knows that I have $50 left to distribute. So this is huge. It really makes it virtually impossible to get out of this entry without it being balanced. And I have saved nothing yet. So that is the other thing. Before, if you had saved part of it, you might have had half of the entry sitting out there saved. It wouldn't let you out because you weren't balanced, or if you were able to get out, you still had that possibility of having something out there that was not balanced. So let's say I just want to put the rest of this to a different income account, and this is just a very loose example here. You probably would not be posting to income, but so now I have $50 in that description, and I can tab through, and I'm in balance. I'm all done with this entry. You can see I don't even have batch numbers anymore. If I click on the batch tab, I'm going to save the entry first, but if I click on the batch tab, it's automatically already assigned everything to this particular batch that I'm in. So if I had to come back and I had to modify this entry, I can come back in and I can change, maybe the account, or I can change the amount, or I can further disperse. I'm still on this same entry. So it really makes it easy to keep everything in balance. You no longer have those session totals out of balance, none of that. So you can come in and just make any changes, make any corrections, make a brand new entry, whatever you need to do, very easy. You can see the source down here is my manual. I have my user, logged in as Ron, and then the date that it was entered down here. So much, much simpler. If I wanted to just search and bring up a prior entry, and I'm just going to go in and bring up a payment here. And you can see this one has been dispersed multiple ways. This is a large entry. So if I had to come in and correct this, again, if I just change one thing, and we'll just change this off to make this 21 cents, and I change it, you can see that I still have a penny down here to distribute, and if I click on a new row, it even puts that penny down there for me, so I know I have to put it to some other account. It might even be just one of these. I can maybe change this one. Maybe this was 94 cents, so I can change that to 94, and then I'm back into balance. So very easy to modify, very easy to work in, and I believe Paul's even issued a challenge that if you can find some way to make an unbalanced entry, he has a large chocolate bar or something that he's going to do. So send those in to us if you find a way. But that's it. You can save it. It saves your changes, and you're good to go. So hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks. So there you go, the brand new journal entry window.
And that's just one more way we can help you to worry less.
And practice more.